knockout ratio being 100%. Do you feel like he got a freebie with his last?
Oh, come on. Of course he. Of course.
Stopped the Stavern fight with you, and you would have had 100% knockout ratio.
Of course, that could have been. If any fight should have been stopped, it should have been the Stavern fight. I beat the man to to an inch of his life, like I said I would do. He had knots all over his face. He was pissing blood. He was concussed. He said he was dehydrated. But even if so, that's something to add on to the medical bill. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't even really get to enjoy his money because he had medical bills to suffer from. If any fight should have been stopped, it should have been that one. Now with that Take'em fight, as you can see, the referee been trying to stop that fight from the 4th round on. He gave so many breaks, you know, and that's the thing about it. If any fight should have been stopped, it should have been the Stavern. That fight should have. Take'em took more dangerous punches in the earlier rounds, and then the 10th round. See what they're trying to do? They're trying to keep him squeaky clean. They're trying to keep the record clean. They're trying to keep the knockouts clean. They're trying to keep everything clean. Don't you see what's going on? It's easy. Bullshit. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? Real recognize real, and I think that's what the fans have been doing. They've been seeing that this is bullshit.
Got to ask you about a quote from heavyweight legend Larry Holmes. Recently said that Anthony Joshua now would beat prime Mike Tyson. What do you have to say about that?
Not at all. No, he don't. Joshua don't have the confidence. He don't even have to come this to square up against me, let alone to Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? For him being British, if I would have told Lennox Lewis I declare war upon you, Lennox would have been, let's do it. You feel me? That's the difference. I never heard a champion say he need to get ready for somebody. I need 3 years to get prepared for somebody they call fight bums, or somebody that ain't worth nothing, or somebody that don't do this and that. If I'm so easy, why do I still have my strap around my waist? If I'm so easy, why do I still talk this shit I talk and still be undefeated? It don't add up. Don't add up at all. If anybody, it's just, if any war, whether there's a street war, whether there's a boxing war, whether there's any type of war, if I declare war upon you, what you gonna do? You gonna complain? You gonna mope? You gonna do what? You gonna come and see me, right? Exactly.
Gotta ask.
Any good questions about this fight? Any other questions about this fight?
Nobody wants to see this fight. They want AJ. That's what I want. I think why what happened?
This fight.
I mean, you got to ask the WBC why they made him the mandatory. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know, he's my mandatory, and I must face him. That's just point blank and period. A lot of people say I haven't fought a mandatory, but why? When you talk about Deontay Wilder and you say what he haven't done, you ask yourself why. It's always a why to that point of view, to that reason. And when you see, he ain't fought nobody. Why? They all ducked me, or they all got on PEDs. He ain't fought none of his mandatory. Why? They got on PEDs. You feel me? All that gonna circulate round to the cause of the reason why. I've called out every name. And for all those fans that coming off under the rock and finally trying to get on board with the heavyweight division, go back and do your research when you talk about Deontay Wilder. I am the best in this division.
What can they say since you agreed to fight put back in?
They can't say shit, but at the end of the day, they can't say nothing. It just come to a point where we know the fact of the matter, and the fact of the matter is Deontay Wilder is the most feared. He is the scariest guy. He do hits the hardest. But as a non-fan of his or as a fan of somebody, I don't want to admit that until the last straw, until I beat. So once I beat Joshua, just watch what happens. Watch what, you know, like I said before, they're gonna praise Joshua so high until it's gonna come down. If he was a David Price, they wouldn't give a fuck because he's a white guy. You feel me?
That's a wrap, guys. Thank you.